Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching the Dyer-Situation. Once again, very sorry for the video quality. It's going to be like this for at least another week. I have my brand new camera. Well, not brand new. It's got focus length. It's actually a pretty nice looking camera. Only problem is this. See? Yep. This runs on cassette tapes, which I have to wait for. And once those are here, I have to figure out the problem of getting it to capture onto my laptop. So, in light of all those problems, I have ordered a nice $15 camera from eBay that kind of reminds me of the old pink flip phone that I had back in 2013 or so. And that will be better than this. And it'll certainly be better than this thing. This is the one that broke, and which I used before. So, it says it'll arrive next Thursday. I'm hoping it'll arrive earlier. I'm hoping it'll arrive by next Tuesday, so that these next 3 will be the last Dyer-Situations for a very long time that will ever be on this crappy webcam. Anyway, now for the movie. Today I'm seeing Our Brand is Crisis. No idea what this is. Didn't see any trailers for it, but the cool thing is I haven't seen trailers in weeks, so that means nothing. From these days, whenever I go see the movies, I actually specifically hang just outside of the entryway of the theater, so and wait for them to play the thing. They have Regal has this short little clip they play before the movie starts, and I just wait for that. And once they play that, I go in. So I don't see any trailers whatsoever, and I don't have to know about them. Which is like now. Yes, I didn't see any trailers for it. This is starring Sandra Bullock. I'm not sure what it's about. I know it's a remake of a documentary, which is odd. And judging by the name, I'm going to assume it's about people in a immoral business, just because Our Brand is Crisis. Other than that, I have no idea. So, we'll see. Is it? But this movie reminds me of Erin Brockovich. Now, I'm sure lots of you like Erin Brockovich. It was a very popular movie at the time. But I'm sure if you look at the opening for Chadwick Jones Season 2, you'll see I'm holding 2 movies in my hands. And those are Erin Brockovich and Jurassic Park 3. Just which one I feel is worse. I could really get into it, but it was mostly because it was full of shit, and it was annoying. This is both of those. I don't know if it's based on a true story. I know it's based on a documentary, which implies that. But this movie is also full of shit. It is childish, both in a technical aspect, a writing aspect, and a directorial aspect. Its view of politics is skewed even by political standards, and that's saying something. I'm not talking like its political views, I don't really care. I'm talking like just how it thinks the system works. It's one of those movies that acts like it's smart, you know, like some sort of multi-Oscar winning movie, when really it's about as dumb as a bag of rocks. It's awkward. There's several scenes where they clumsily try to inject humor in there, and it just comes across as strange. there's a scene in the beginning when, like, this is all about her going over and advising a political candidate in Bolivia. And you know, I'd assume it would be some sort of movie, because it is about the advisors of these political candidates. But that sounds interesting. This movie just doesn't seem to even focus on them very much, even though they are kind of the main character. Alright, I gotta get back on track. When she first arrives in there, she's suffering from, like, major altitude sickness for some reason. I don't know how high up in the air Bolivia is, but, like, over-the-top altitude sickness just to make her seem quirky, I guess. That's what I hate about Aaron Brockovich as well. It's like, oh, our main character doesn't have to be smart or likable or courageous or anything, just as long as she's quirky. I hate it. I hate it so much. But, and then later, like, her opponent, who's another guy, another American dude, who is over-the-top asshole, by the way. Like, there's no gray in this movie, just black and white. Like, she's in her bus with the political candidate, and they see his bus up there, and she goes, "Oh, pass him!" And they have this weird chase scene where they try to pass him, and they start mooning him, and it goes on for way too long, and it's really awkward, and strange, and I'm almost wondering if this was like some sort of experimental college film. Like, it's just testing... It's just testing the effects of confusion on the audience or something. That's the only thing I can gather, because Christ, this is awful. Can't even begin. Anyway. Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah. It's not very good in the writing aspect. Terrible in the directing aspect. Halfway decent in the acting? I don't even know. When the writing is this bad, it's hard to say. Oh yeah. Totally predictable, too. The candidate she's backing, they kind of portray as neutral. I think they were trying to portray him as good, but he doesn't do anything to warrant that, but he's just kind of neutral. And then throughout the movie, they keep on, like, when they're talking to living people, they keep on mentioning this one vague thing that they think he'll enforce that is apparently bad. Like IMS. And we're barely told what that is. We're just supposed to know that's bad. And then at the end, when he gets elected, he's enforcing it, and people are protesting, and there's an arc, I guess. A very, very forced arc. Because this movie's so badly written. And yeah, we don't get any kind of connection for why it's bad. The most we get is like some, like, 14-year-old kid saying that, oh yes, the invisible hand screws us, or something. Like, as I said, I don't care. I have my political views, of course everyone does, and I don't care if this movie's portraying an opposing one. That doesn't matter. Like, I don't know if you remember there was one review where I mentioned it, Sicario? Or Sicario? I don't care if you have opposing political views. I care if you make a good movie. This is not a good movie. Alright? So, yeah. I would not watch this. And I don't suggest you watch it either. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching a Dyer-Situation.